hope traders and investors alike were green yesterday. What amazing 6 or 7 days we've had trading. Just amazing. Just incredible money, incredible gains, incredible trends. Just day traders' dream trends. All right, so we bounced at some very crucial major support levels yesterday. Just going to see if we get follow through on it today. We do have Powell speaking today. Now, what Powell's doing today shouldn't move the market at all, but it depends on if he takes questions. Then, depending on the questions that are asked of him, whether it may move the market or not. So we'll just have to see. That's at 9:10. That's before market open. So whatever, he still may be taking questions at market open, but at least it'll happen. And for the most part, we'll be coming into it as the market opens. So let's just get into the charts. AMC, broke out this bear flag on the way down. Did push up yesterday, but not a strong push. Still under this 9. I would like to see a reconnect, at least a reconnect of the 9 for the next move down. If we don't push up here, these meme names have been getting beat up severely. GME has taken a bad beating. Actually had earnings last night, and I don't know if they were good or bad. I think they were better than expected, but as in the details, I haven't looked inside at the details. This is our put to call ratio. We're still on the bearish side at 100, but definitely cooled off quite a bit yesterday in that bounce. This is our oscillators for the this is for the NASDAQ. So we cooled off considerably. We were like over 370 yesterday, and we've cooled back off up down here to 215. So we're still hot, but that's a lot better than 370. I mean, we were approaching some serious levels here. And this is the New York Stock Exchange. We actually were the most oversold since COVID. And we have cooled off to 192. Still hot, but much better than over 300. The SPX, the S&P 500, this is the weekly chart. You can see we are still below the 9 and 20 there. The dollar, unfortunately, the dollar's been ripping. We've called for this to be bullish quite a bit this year. We actually called when we thought it was going to take a break. So we've nailed this dollar pretty much right on. Still feel like there's some upside to it. The VIX, I actually mentioned this yesterday in the Discord that the VIX was forming a tabletop, and we've seen rejection there. We have broken back below the 9 and the 200. We still have the 50 and 20 down here for support. Your MACD looks like it really wants to roll here. VIX 15-minute chart, you can see the downtrend. We had the symmetrical triangle we broke out of yesterday and to the downside. Typically, symmetrical triangles is a bullish pattern, but it can, all patterns can break either way, and that's why I trade patterns like I do. I just trade the break. Crude, yesterday we were on this. We seen crude pulling back. That give us some plays for energy to the downside. Some of our energy names, we were able to get some down trades there just because we were watching crude. Apple had its event yesterday. Almost seemed like the Apple event was pushing the whole market yesterday. It's really hard to say, but we're still under this 50 here. So we actually said if we break below the 50, start watching for shorts. The 9's coming down. Unless this whole market turns, continue to watch Apple for shorts. I still extended from this 50. I want to see this 50 get closer before I, try any type of swing trades. I'll still stick with my fast trades until AMD severely oversold down here, which, we were looking to break out of this descending channel. Got that. I mean, broke below the 50. Got that. Had a small up day yesterday. Not a huge day, but just traded basically with the market. Some were stronger than others. Affirm, you can see the bear flag breaking down, break below the 50, trending down. Yesterday, up day. Watch to see how we act when if we connect with those 9s. That's what I'm looking for. I want to get back to the 9 at least. Affirm, you can see pretty flat, and we can see it on a daily chart, just slow descending down. Then it traded pretty flat for a couple of days, and yesterday push up, not a huge push. Amazon was was stronger yesterday. It tried to push up, pull back, and ripped So that's Amazon's 15-minute chart, and we were on that one yesterday. AMC had a nice day yesterday. You can see right into your 200 on your 15. AMD, not a super big day. We just looked at the daily chart and kind of discussed that candle, but it did push into the end of the day, and it seemed like everything started to push during the Apple event, which is actually a little opposite of what it normally does. And this is why we play the action. We don't depend on anything, and we just play the action. It's really that simple. See, when it comes to trading, I recommend this. A lot of people, people come to the group, they hear things that they don't want to hear because they're so used to hearing YouTube saying, I'm going to make you rich. Well, I will make you rich, but you're going to hear things and you're going to have to do things you don't want to do, just like everything else. Sometimes I posted this picture over the weekend. Sometimes you can look at it like you're just acting like a screaming child, throwing a tantrum when you're not getting your way. Trading releases chemicals, and I'll try to do a video separate on this to explain a little better. I'm not a psychiatrist, but trading releases chemicals. There's almost like it's two different traders. I've had so many people tell me if I could just find the stocks, finding them's easy. It's the management of the trade. So like just like anything else, when you get excited, it releases chemicals in your body. So when you're in a trade, you're having all these chemicals run through your body. And this is exactly why I recommend the trading styles that I recommend to get you used to trading, to get you used to functioning with these chemicals flowing through your body. And it will help you manage your trades. If you can't, control yourself and kind of walk this path, then that's a huge loss right from the get-go. Even if you're getting a win, you're taking a huge loss because you're probably getting a win from a bad habit or something like that, and that's the absolute worst thing that can happen. If you can just follow the plan, things will happen so much faster for you. I know it doesn't realize it, and hey, right, this guy doesn't know me, right? I get it. I know human behavior, and I know the behavior of the traders, people learning to wanting to trade. Let's get back to the charts here. So we had Amazon. We had this inverted cup and handle, upside down cup and handle. So we broke out of that, but we've come right back to this area of support here that we had highlighted. To also your 50 trying to bounce here right into the 9. Today could be a big day for Amazon. We could, if we hold this 9 and if we can get up over this 9 and hold it, that would be great. Or we can see the rejection of the bear flag. Just a lot going on there. If it does push back, be careful. You got your 50 and this major level. You can see where I'm getting this level from right here to June. Remember, the end of May, the beginning of June was a big deal. It's still a big deal on the way back down. Remember, we talked about that level quite a bit as we were pushing up. Apple 15-minute chart pushed up yesterday, took the 200 out, has pulled back below. And like I say, that's the 200 on the 15. Boeing, we talked about having this rounded top, got a nice pullback under this 200 and pretty flat the day before yesterday, which had been Tuesday on my day off. Yesterday we pushed up right into the 50. So let's keep in mind we're right into a major level of resistance here. 9's not far away. We also have a level here of resistance that takes us back to May. See if we hold down below these levels or if we take them out. So we're just kind of at a big area here, and we need to see which way this market wants to swing. I know, right? Everybody says we're going down, that the market's going to zero, right? Having that mindset, trading, can actually paralyze you. While, like yesterday, we had this beautiful trend up, and I know for a fact, seeing messages in different discords, there was a ton of people who couldn't understand why the market was going up and couldn't trade it. We're over here making money. Why people were thinking like that. Bitcoin weekly chart back to support level here. Actually, it's a little bit below. It's been kind of, Bitcoin's been looking kind of scary here. And you can see on the daily, bear flag 9 catching up. Will we continue lower? That's the big question right now. Will Bitcoin continue lower? If the market tries to push, I would expect Bitcoin to push with it. I know no way possible this market's going to push, right? We have all these rate hikes. How can the market possibly push? Well, in 2014, 2004, we had 17 rate hikes and the market pushed. So it can happen. Don't let yourself get over bearish. Don't let yourself get over bullish. Stay open-minded about this market every day. Come in here and make you money. So you got Boeing. Yesterday, Boeing pushed after some chop. We also seen some flow and some activity on the airlines as well yesterday. Chewy kind of hanging out down here waiting on this 9 to catch up. Did have a decent day yesterday, but waiting on that 9 to catch up. I'm the first one. I would love to see the market push. I know there's people trying to retire and everything. To me personally, I'm going to make money either way the market goes. Either way, it doesn't matter to me which way the market goes, but I always hope the market goes up for the retirees waiting to retire. CVX hanging out down here yesterday. We pulled back. It looks like it tried to recover a little bit, but it did gap down on that move on crude. See, take a look at the 15-minute chart. So you can see right here that crude move come down, put in a W here. Really didn't take it out though and push up on it. Not quite a double bottom neither. There's a little bit of difference there. You can see 153.43 to 153.59. So maybe if you get it out of the wicks. DraftKings, nice day yesterday, pushed up into the 9. What will we do today? It's a major question. We come down to a major level. The 50-day is a major level. If we drew this line through here, that would be your next level. You can draw a support line through here. If we lose the 50, watch for that for support. All right, ENPH. This is a solar alternative energy name. We've had massive flow coming in, ChargePoint, and a lot of these other names yesterday. So let's keep an eye on them. You can see it just pushed up and put in a nice base, and it's broke out of the base. Let's see what happens today. Your MACD is trying to cross. Good volume yesterday. This move up was on volume, showing relative strength in this market, showing, trying to give us momentum, showing relative strength. It has volume, has everything in this chart for this chart to continue higher. Will we see a follow-through day? We'll see. We'll see. ExxonMobil, 15, you can see the move down, pushed up, recovered. So that big move down provided some opportunities. FSLR is another one we call out a lot in the Discord. I don't really follow it, but I have it on some watch lists, and I do see it when it's moving. Very powerful move yesterday, right off the 9, textbook. Pushed right off that 9, trying to get this MACD to cross. Once again, volume, relative strength. It's way overheated here. All right, take a minute and look at this RSI. This is why I don't use the RSI for oversold and overbought. I don't look at it and be like, oh, it's up here around 70. I'm going to open puts. I'm going to go short. I look for, this is what I want to see. I want to find the ones that are overheated and just oozing with relative strength. That's exactly what I want to see. I want them to push up like that. Ton of relative strength, trying to cross and give us some momentum. It is giving us some momentum. We got volume outperforming the market. That's relative strength. It's powerful. GME, just the opposite, much weaker than the market. Very, very, very weak here. I don't even know what to say. Like, we're so far extended from the 9, I'm not touching that. Google, we were watching for this level here, and we still could hit it. You can see every time we come down, hit this level, we bounce. We come close, we didn't actually hit it. Big strong day yesterday due to the market in general, right into the 9 here. So how are we going to act? This could be a textbook move back down to the downside. I'm not saying we're going down. I'm not saying we're going up. We have to see what this market wants to do here. The Qs, we actually took the level out here. This is a major level. We actually took it out, but we still pushed back up yesterday, back above that resistance level, waiting on this 9 to catch up. Maybe we can push up and hit the 9, but let's see what happens there. Your 9 moving average is at 302.15, but we did take that 295 level back. That's huge. So we have a level in the Discord that we watch. Qs, you can see the push here. A lot of people were struggling trying to understand why the market was doing this yesterday. Bonds even had an update yesterday. Still kind of a bad looking chart. There's nothing pretty about this chart. IWM pushed up into the 200, lost that, coming down here now, down below the 50. We have this 9, trying to catch up with it. MACD still, your MACD is still, cross bearish. But look at the RSI here. We come right down. Look at every time we get down here, we get a little bounce. So will we continue to push today? We'll have to see. So you can see IWM is pretty flat right now. Big up day yesterday, but we're flat right now in pre-market. And the market just could be hanging out waiting on to see what Powell has to say. And like I said at the beginning of this video, what Powell's doing today is really nothing, that should affect the economy. But it's all about the questions. If he takes questions, it's all about what he's going to be asked and how he's going to answer them. We also have a Fed speaker today. We had a lot of Fed speakers yesterday, and we were ready for them. And that could have been what helped move the market. So you can see Mara here right back to support, trying to take this 50 and 9 out. That's what I would watch. If we get over this 50 and 9, that's when I would start looking. If we get today's candle, or if we push open over or push, that's what I would be looking for, is to get back over that 9 and that 50 on that one. Meta, I still think it's possible. If this market continues down, I still think Meta's getting ready to see new lows if the market continues to trend down. I mean, you can see, this just did not even get the same reaction other stocks did when the market pushed. It really didn't. You can see Meta here, we can see some pushes there on those 3 days tried, but just failed, hanging right back down. 50, it did try to push yesterday. 200 on your 15 as resistance. MU, just added this one. I'm going to hold this one on the list for a while, trying to find some semis that are not super extended. Testing support here, see how that acts. It does have this rounded top pattern. It's a bigger pattern, so we're not looking for an immediate breakdown. But the bigger your pattern, the longer it takes. That's why I don't normally search for huge patterns. You can find patterns that fill the whole chart, but it could take a massive amount of time for that pattern to work. I like smaller patterns because they work faster. I'm a short-term trader. Microsoft, once again, this one's been trading weaker than the market. The CFO sold 19 million in worth of shares yesterday. So, but we don't know why he sold. We have no idea. He still owns a lot of shares. Those shares could have been gifted. They could have been bonus. We never know anybody's intentions. It could have been anything. It could have been he needs some money for a new house. Maybe he wants to reinvest it somewhere else. All right, so you can see Microsoft here on the 15. It did push, but like we say, the whole market pushed yesterday. MRL, back down here. I'm not really sure. It looks like we're below the 20, or it looks like we're right above the 20 right now where we ended up closing. Spinning top candle, just telling us there's some indecision there. This is the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ itself, nice push up yesterday. See what happens. If we can make it to this 9, that's the big area right there. What will happen when we get to 9? If we get to the 9, I have a feeling a lot of things are going to happen when, there's probably going to be some movement when Powell speaks today. But it's all about the questions he's going to be asked, because the actual event's really no big deal. Netflix, we've been watching this. It's really just been trading sideways. Not much going on there. NVIDIA, man, we got that this double topic confirmed, and we've got more than what we expected, that's for sure. So it did see some volume coming into it yesterday, but not a big move back up to the upside. So just not a very, very good move there, considering the way the rest of the market traded. NVIDIA's weekly, I thought I took this one down. Oxy pulled back yesterday and didn't show a whole lot of strength at all. So some of the other names recovered better than Oxy. Oxy back down to the 50 here, so it's at a big area there. See what happens, but you see your MACD's trying to cross. Palantir, unfortunately, it did have a green day yesterday, but just not a big day. It's more like an inside bar there. You can see how choppy it was. It did recover here, but very choppy compared to the rest of the market. PTON, we call this, there's a candle pattern called a falling 3, and we call this out. It's just not the 3, it's the 2, but we call this out as a falling 2. Got a nice pullback on that candle pattern as well. So that was in Monday's video, our last video that we did. Plug here, we pointed out this level of support. We did breach below it, but we closed back above it, ended up bouncing. So once again, we bounced at a major level that was pointed out. Real estate sector, we had this inverted cut, or this head and shoulders pattern we broke out of. We've been trending down. The last 2 days we've pushed up. So we got a nice move down out of the pattern. Pushed up. We actually closed over the 9. The 50 is a big deal there. Your MACD is changing character on this one. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. And if you look farther out, you can, I'm not even going to call that. Roblox, once again, we had this major level here drawn on the chart. You can see where we put in a flag here. We've actually tested it here. We had this level drawn. This was the level we were expecting to get way up here. Come right down, right to it, and started to push. Close back above the 9. MACD, starting to see it level off down here, seeing your RSI change, showing relative strength. It's a decent looking chart right now. See if we can close over this 9. We did close over 9. See if we can open up over the 9 and continue to push. The S&P 500 daily, we posted this yesterday morning, letting everybody know, just a reminder that, we talked about in the video, but just a reminder that we are at a major level here. This is a major level that we had talked about, and we bounced on it. Why did we bounce? Did we bounce because it's a major level? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. But either way, we bounced at a major level that was pointed out. And super oversold. So seeing that bounce yesterday, can't say I was expecting it, but it was welcomed. And I went in and went to work on it. CRM below this level here, so we are below a major level of support, which now becomes resistance. 9 coming down. Looks like we did have a green day yesterday. Nothing to brag about. Not a big push there at all. Snow, so Snow had great earnings, pushed up, come back. So we're holding this 9 down here, and so we're trying to push up there. Trying. SoFi had a decent day yesterday, pushed it open, pulled back, and trended with the market. You can see SoFi here. We had this downtrend, or you can look at it as a head and shoulders pattern. Either way, we were expecting a move down. We got it. Just like the market, traded with the market yesterday, tried to push up. This is the diamond, the Dow Jones. This tried to push up yesterday, or it did push up yesterday as well. MACD's pretty ugly there. SPY on the weekly. Once again, you can see we've come down to one of our major weekly levels here, to 387.67. You can see this level was touched. We've tried to push back up. You got your 9 and 20 there. So the market definitely moves down easier than what it moves up. So if we try to move up here, we have a lot of levels we got to take back. SPY, and I'm not saying the market's going to move up. I'm not saying the market's going to go down. What I am saying is let's see what it does. Let's get in here, see what the market gives us, and let's play the action, and let's make money on it. The SPY here, the 9, is getting closer. So we're at 397.70 now on the 9 daily moving average. See this nice push up yesterday on the SPY. Money maker. I traded the SPY several different times yesterday. This is our trend chart, long term, medium term, short term. The long term, you can see a negative number, so it has barely turned bearish. Medium term is bearish. Your short term popped up yesterday. It was a strong enough move yesterday to turn the short term trend bullish. Let's see how it goes. Square, inverted head, or I'm sorry, not inverted, head and shoulders pattern, bear flag, walking its way down, traded with the market yesterday, pushing up into the 9, almost to the 9. Let's see how it acts. That 9 is going to move down a couple pennies today. Treat your moving averages like a moving target, like you are target practicing, and you're target practicing at a moving target. So that's what they are. They are moving targets. XLK, trying to push up here, trading with the market, see what that does. Tesla showing a lot of relative strength in this market, to be honest. See all these charts getting slammed down. Tesla's not. Holding the 50. We did lose this major level here, but we are holding the 50, trying to push up back above the 9. This chart looks good right now. You can see the move yesterday, push up, put in a nice base, and broke out of it. I should have swung that because I had a 30-minute chart up at the time and caught this break, and I traded it, but I should have went in, not a swing, I should have went in for a longer term trade. Instead, I made multiple trades out of that. So my trading style, a lot of people wonder about my trading style, but I'm a very short-term trader. I'm clocking them in, almost a scalper, probably staying in on some of the plays a little longer than what like actual scalp would be. But those trades, I keep them so short because it doesn't allow those chemicals to really get flowing through my body. There's a huge difference from finding a trade to when you take the trade and managing the trade and these chemicals that flow through your body. So keeping these trades short is not allowing those chemicals to start flowing, keeps me on the same path, and it doesn't alter my way of thinking. And this is why I recommend what I do, because, the managing the trade starts to alter your way of thinking. So you got Twitter here, big up candle yesterday. There was some court case information. It looks like nothing was really going in Mr. Musk's way. Delaware judge not postponing anything, is wanting them to get right down to it. So you got Uber here with this inverted cup and handle, showing major relative strength, just pushing up off the base. It's trying to break up out of this pattern, pushing right up off support level here. And MACD is trying to change character, showing a lot of relative strength in this market. Impressive. UNG, in the last video, we talked about a lot of stuff going on with the FUD, with Russia and all that, but we also said this was starting to look like a rounded top. I did not have this drawn, but I did say this was starting to look like a rounded top. And look at Tuesday and Wednesday. Video come out on Monday. Guys, always go back and rewatch the videos. Upstart, the support level down here, we've taken this level out, but for the most part, this is a support level we've been watching, and we tried to push up off from it yesterday, back above the 9 there. And you can see Upstart had a huge day yesterday, big day. Wells Fargo, huge day for it yesterday. We had the banks on radar and called them out. XLF, big candle yesterday. Look at this huge candle yesterday, and this is why we called banks out yesterday. So we're back above the 50. See if we can open up above this 9 here this morning. I'm not even sure what banks are doing right now. ExxonMobil, we gapped down and this recovered. We seen the 15-minute chart, exactly what happened. Gap down here on falling crude and pushing up. By the way, OPEC, this is news coming out from JP Morgan. OPEC Plus may need to cut another 1 million barrels per day to steady the market. JP Morgan's been one of the ones calling for crude to go up when Citibank's been calling for crude to go down. JP Morgan's made a lot of claims, and I'm not saying they're all wrong, but a lot of them, seems like to me, a lot of the crude claims Citibank has definitely been closer on. So this concludes our video for today. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you in the trading room.